Now, 100 days into total Democrat control of D.C., and it's apparent who Joe Biden's main booster is. Well, the U.S. media, of course. Now, to see what I mean, let's compare their treatment of Joe Biden's first 100 days versus Donald Trump's. Here's Joe at 100.
Whether or not you like the policy, it's been an extraordinary first 100 days.
He's approaching the first 100 days. He's trying to build and sustain political momentum for his approach to say we've done it for the first, in terms of the pandemic.
To try to bring down the temperature in an overheated Washington, inflamed by his predecessor, Donald Trump. He's trying to reach out in a bipartisan fashion.
Now compare the fawn fest for Biden to what they did to Donald Trump.
Why have the first 100 days been so chaotic?
The first 100 days of disaster.
It seems like there is a lot of failure domestically.
The president has no real milestone legislative achievement, no real legislative achievement at all. He's at record low approval ratings.
You could feel the love, couldn't you? Joining me now, Newt Gingrich, former House Speaker, Fox News contributor. Newt, now they've always been in the tank for the left and the Democrats, but right now it's now gotten to the point where they're advancing both dangerous and anti-constitutional, anti-American policies at the same time.
Sure, but that's been the natural evolution of the modern American news media. They started on the left. They've now gone further to the left. They have a president who even AOC has said has been more radical than she could have hoped for. They've had 100 days, which I think are the most radical 100 days of any president in modern times, maybe in history, unless you count Lincoln's presiding over the beginning of a civil war. And a lot of their records are disaster. We've had more illegal immigrants in the first 3 months of Biden than in all of last year. Think about that. We have, in one quarter, we passed last year's total for illegal immigration. We've had the largest increase in murders. You were covering it brilliantly earlier. We've had a huge increase in shootings that are not fatal. We've had a huge increase in carjackings and in rapes. We have an administration that, in terms of basic policies, is doing almost everything it can to undermine and weaken America. And I think that almost none of that will be covered by the news media because they are totally committed to protecting Biden, just as they did for the whole campaign. And so they don't want to report any of these things. And I'm looking forward to his speech because I'm curious. I mean, is he going to deal with anything that's real, or is it just going to be more left-wing rhetoric to set up another left-wing program to spend more of the taxpayers' money on left-wing interest groups?
Yeah,
that's certainly been the pattern up till now.
Yeah, you mentioned the hyping the address tomorrow to Congress joint session, and here's how they did it over at MSNBC.
President Biden delivers his first address to a joint session of Congress tomorrow, and the White House tells NBC News he is, quote, deeply involved in its development.
Newt, deeply involved, because they said that a lot about President Trump, who actually would X out big portions of his remarks and change them and do it off the cuff when he had to.
Here's the most fascinating, to me, as a former Speaker of the House, the most fascinating aspect of tomorrow night. They're only going to have 200 people in the entire room. Now, this is a room which can easily hold virtually 1,000 or more people. But they have decided for COVID reasons, and this is a president whose pathological concern about COVID is almost bizarre. For COVID reasons, each party, 50 House Republicans, 50 House Democrats, 50 Senate Democrats, 50 Senate Republicans, that's it. House members got a note that said, if you're not on the invitation list, don't come because we won't let you in. This is going to be the weirdest congressional speech by a president in American history. It's going to be a virtually empty room. And I think it tells you a lot about this administration. You have a basically empty, symbolic administration presiding over the amazing destructive levels of what's happening in American society.
All right.
Hey, Sean Hannity here. Hey, click here to subscribe to Fox News YouTube page and catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis. You will not get it anywhere else.